catch my vibe, catch my vibe.
Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event is going on now with an extra 25% off the best brands and top designers with your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, get 15% off fall's go-to beauty, skincare, and fragrances. And get your purchase even faster with curbside pickup in store, or try same-day delivery at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again. You need to calm down. Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
This is our 4th podcast today, and welcome.
When she says that, we've recorded 4 podcasts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Metapsychics. My name's Liv. This is M. M, say hi.
Welcome to Metapsychics. May I take your order?
Home of the good burger. This is Thenel. She pants loudly, and today we're going to be talking about spiritual awakenings. As your sidekicks to all things metaphysical, we are twin flames, business partners, psychic mediums, and you know, your go-to gals for all the things that are spoopy, paranormal, metaphysical, and so much more. So we, as professionals, are the most qualified girls in the basement right now to talk about these things. This basement. Except for maybe the dude in the corner that was standing there in the last episode, but I don't know if he's still here. I feel like he is. He was on the couch a while ago.
If it's not the last episode and it's actually a future episode, Liv's dog is here and she was staring off into the distance and I looked at her and I was like, oh, you're staring at a man that's standing behind me. Because apparently that doesn't happen to Liv.
Yeah, I think I just don't realize it. Because turn off the brains.
It's wild. Because usually I don't realize it until my dog's like staring down nothing. And then when I look at her and I'm like, damn it, now there's a man standing behind me. I don't know why that doesn't happen.
Gosh darn it, Bobby. Is that what you say?
Be like, well, fuck, who are you? How are you going to haunt me for the next 3 weeks? Is that man for me? Because if he is, I already have a woman to have to figure out why she's standing around.
I don't think so.
Great.
Where is he in the room to you?
He's on the couch. Yeah.
I'm glad that you see the same thing.
Don't you like I have to go back and look?
How is he sitting?
He's in the middle.
Yeah.
He's sitting like an old man with his legs weirdly crossed.
Yes! Okay, as long as you get the same fucking vibe. Because I was like, why do you have your legs crossed? It's like that weird boy cross leg thing where they're like, heel doesn't actually like, not like a lady.
They can't cross their legs like a lady because it'll crush the man parts.
One of my best friends does that, and he is a man.
There's no room for Jesus in there.
Anyways, quick side note, because Em and I, because of all of you, whether you're a new listener, an old school listener, a Patreon, a YouTube person that is now just on here listening to our lovely melodic voices and hilarious badly dad jokes, whatever, you guys are making it possible for all of this to happen and literally making our dreams come true. But even with that validation of all of the wonderful things that are happening in our lives at Metapsychics because of you, still have lots of anxiety and like self-confidence issues. So the other day, my fiance, as you guys may or may not know, Bradley, went out of town and he visited a place that one of his like favorite rappers visited too, which is super cute, or used to live by, something like that. And he just was super excited to be able to go to this place that one of his like idols also visited. And I like the artist that he likes too, but not in like the same way, I would say, just because our music choices are different. I like this artist because they make me think of Bradley, and some of their music is pretty cool, but I'm not like diehard fan like he is. So who else better to share this experience with then your fiance is somebody who is one of your friends that also used to be, I don't know. How am I supposed to say this?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I told you that I was going to give Brienne a shout out. And
that's what we're getting into. I was like, why are we like talking about some rap dude?
Yeah. No, well, the reason he called Brienne, which is my fiance's ex-girlfriend and still friend, is because they both loved this rapper. So I like was excited for him to share this with me because he's excited about it, but not maybe on the same level as Brienne would be. So he called me and was like, hey, I talked to Brienne, and I was like, that's cool. How is she doing? I hope she's doing well. And he told me that she watches all of our things. Everything. And I was like, no!
She knows things about us now.
That I don't think even Bradley knows because he doesn't listen to this.
Hilarious because we like get uncomfortable when people like listen to us because they just know things about us, but we're also talking about it publicly on the internet, so I don't know why we're uncomfortable when people are like, I have watched you. I was like, oh no, you now know all of my secrets.
You've seen me cry 4 times.
The secrets that I've put publicly on the internet. That is going to be my response if I meet any of you guys.
Yeah, so...
Oh, no!
Contextually, he is his ex-girlfriend. However, for the rest of this shout-out that hopefully makes her happy, I'm just going to say that they're friends, because they are. And I figured, you know, what better way, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, that's weird, why are you talking so openly about your fiancé, soon-to-be husband's ex-girlfriend as a friend? That's not okay. Guys, don't care. Absolutely do not care because she is important to him. And if she is important to him, she is important to me because that's how relationships work. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is that she listens. Brienne, hi, how are you? How are you doing today? Hopefully you're not straightening your hair again. If you are, I hope you didn't burn yourself or catch something on fire or any other sort of, I don't know, what is it? Public safety? I don't know. But Bradley told me that you listened to all of our things, and I was like, no! You know so many things about me now. Gosh darn it, why? But the wonderful thing is that Bradley doesn't really believe in what I do. He, like, listens to it and is proud of me because I have a business. However, he thinks it's all, like, a load of malarkey. And then as long as I can be a functioning member of society, that I'm not crazy and it's fine. But I think it's hilarious that you... were like, I believe everything that she has to say, and specifically picked out one same characteristic that I shared to everyone else on the internet about him, and was like, hey, I thought the same thing, because I think that maybe like fucked with his mind a little bit, and I'm about it. So this is your shout out.
What are you talking about? What thing?
It's the first time that I saw him when he came over Brad's house, or not Brad's house, over Jake's house. Brad came over Jake's house because he was all nervous, and he was like, hey guys, I have this new friend that I made at school, and I don't want you guys to be mean to him. And we were, like, playing football, and we're like, whatever, Jake. It doesn't matter. We're excited you made a friend, because you making friends is good, because this is all you have. It's us right now. So good job for making friends. Hopefully he's not a dork like you. And then when I first saw Bradley, he came walking down the hill and just had, like, this sunshine golden fucking aura around him, and my soul was like, oh, my God. I know you, and I think I love you. So, you know, that's always been my first impression, but Bradley is completely, wholly, and utterly, like, oblivious to it, which is fine. But I guess Brienne also felt the same thing when she first met him, which freaks me out metaphysically. But also, validation, my dude. Just means a lot to me that you like our stuff, low-key. And now I'm calling you out, so it's high-key.
And that you saw the same thing when you met Brad?
Yeah. I don't know. He's got like some weird thing. Maybe it's because he's a Gemini. Maybe it's Maybelline. Anyways, I figured that was a good spot to give you a shout out. So thank you for liking our things. I hope you're doing well and fabulous, and everything else in the universe is going awesome. And Spiritual Awakenings is a great time to mention you. So just because people might be weirded out by the fact that I'm shouting you out.
Have we even mentioned it out that we are doing Spiritual Awakening stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I put it in the first thing because I'm like having a food baby now because we ate lunch and I just want to sleep. So I'm trying really hard to stay on topic. I also wrote things down. So
this is another metaphysical shower thoughts, aka we don't really have an idea of where this is going to go. We just have a general topic that we're going to talk about.
because we're short on podcasts for videos. Because we're doing so many reaction videos, you can only react to another reaction in a podcast.
You can only
so many
talk about it so many times.
I don't want to taco about it anymore.
I don't get it.
The demons don't belong in Taco Bell, so we're talking about spiritual awakenings.
The demons don't get it.
I don't care what they don't get. Okay, so the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I literally had an email from one of you lovely sidekicks that said, I don't know how my spiritual journey is going to go because someone told me that I need to have my aura cleansed. And that was like the one thing that I couldn't get over because somebody had the audacity to tell our sidekick that they needed their aura cleansed in order.
That's interesting. I've never heard of someone talking about that before. What does that mean?
Embark on a spiritual journey or spiritual awakening.
How do you cleanse one's aura? Is that a thing? Do people think that you can do that?
Well, I feel like it's called Reiki.
That's not cleansing your aura.
I don't know. Maybe I'm misspeaking, but I feel like if you do Reiki or like sound therapy or anything else like that, I've heard people talk about how they will do certain things in order to cleanse or align their chakras and auras. And then someone else was like, I guess they told this sidekick of ours that they attract negative energy and that they needed to have their aura cleansed. And I feel like whoever our sidekick was talking to is an asshat and needs to fuck off straightways to Tuesday. Because, like, you can't tell somebody that they have to do something like that in order to embark on their spiritual journey or awakening, because that just makes me annoyed.
Yeah, it's just weird when you say cleanse someone's aura, because I view cleansing as removing of, like, dirty things.
Yeah.
So, like, when your cards have energy that's not supposed to be there, you cleanse them. But I don't think that necessarily happens to people because you're a conscious being.
I just don't think someone should tell someone else to cleanse their aura before they can do something. I will fucking yeet myself off this goddamn building right now. You tell me I have to cleanse my aura, I'm going to do it. Just fucking watch me. Makes no sense to me.
touching her microphone if you're wondering what the tapping sounds is. And talking over it so she can't cut it out.
It'll be fine. It'll make people think that there's demons talking to us or something. I don't know.
Well, I just ruined it then.
Oh, man. Let's go back. So I just wanted to talk about spiritual awakenings, which we've already done once. I think we did like the 6 or 8 steps of a spiritual awakening.
I think it was 6 steps. I don't remember because I was surprised at how many steps it was when I was doing it.
Don't forget it. There's so many. But I just feel like people have this sort of weird perception of spiritual awakenings or journeys.
It's trendy.
Dude, it's not fucking trendy.
Yes, it is. Are you kidding me? Well, I mean, it sucks, but it's trendy. That's why people have this weird idea of it. They think you go through spiritual awakening, you start talking to spirits.
Oh, that's what they think it is?
That's my perception of it. It's if I go through a spiritual awakening and open my third eye, I'll be able to see spirits.
Oh, I thought a spiritual...
It's not like that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's not like that, but it's commercialized like on TikTok and social media that are like, this is like this glorified thing that you do, that you like, I don't know, do weird things, shadow work, all that crap, and then you have the ability to like talk to souls.
I'm going to do 100 push-ups every day.
Why? What were you going to say? We're clearly not on the same page.
And then my hair's going to fall out, and I'm going to be able to take over the world. I will be the strongest.
She's talking about One Punch Man. If you guys have no idea.
I will fight crime and no one will be able to defeat me. Everything will be so boring because I will be so powerful.
Oh no! My pop is exploding through the straw.
That's what she said.
I didn't know what to do because it's also frozen and stuck inside
or
of it.
Or is it
You're
what
welcome.
he said?
Doesn't matter. I've covered in pop now.
It's soda.
What is soda?
Soda. I have no idea what pop is. That is a noise.
What are you talking about? What is a soda?
What is a pop?
Pop is this.
No.
You drink it.
No.
Yeah.
Pop is a noise.
No.
Yes. Anyways, I just wanted to touch on the fact that spiritual awakenings and or journeys, whatever you want to call it, did not have to be this giant fucking epiphany thing that you have to cleanse your aura, align your chakras, step on your left foot, pelvic thrust, woo! And then now you can like fucking
loop-de-doop and pull.
And then your shoes are looking cool. Exactly. It's not about that. I mean, and it's not just one thing. It's many things. It could be lots of little things that lead to a big thing that goes to more little things and then you die. or it could be a lot of big things, a little thing, lots of big things, and then you die. Know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, because I have no idea what pop is.
No, I'm talking about spiritual awakenings being trendy, my dude.
Yeah, no, and that's why it like hurts my soul. Like my heart aches a little bit, and then my Aries Leo-ness comes out and wants to find whoever told our sidekick this and just like...
Do you think everybody goes through a spiritual awakening? Because I do a lot of readings for people, and the point in which I get to the reading where their spirit guides start telling me that, and I'm like, okay. Happens a lot.
What do you mean? Spiritual awakenings happen a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not even things that sometimes people realize.
Well, yeah. We should preface and say what a spiritual awakening is first.
How do you define one? I
So,
mean,
the way that I've defined it in the past, a spiritual awakening is essentially you are existing your life in the way that you know it right now. Usually it is very much an egotistical way of existing because you grew up, people told you how the world works, your brain said, this is how the world works, nothing can be different, that's the way it is. Until something happens that literally causes you to, quote unquote, wake up to the things that can change and the things that are different. And when you get this piece of information that is literally earth-shattering, you now have to figure out how you're going to exist because the things that you thought weren't possible or weren't how the world worked now is changing.
they're telling me it's chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does happen for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're telling me it's specifically the moment that you realize the difference between or learn the difference between in a certain scenario, sympathy versus empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, they're telling me that I'm going to go through one.
No shit.
Well, no, we're already in one right now.
No, we're about to shift to one.
Another one? I'm not done with this one. Is that why there's a fucking Gorgon behind me?
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
We're about to shift to another one. What do you think it's going to be?
I'm not about it. I'm not done with this one.
You clearly know what it is.
Literally told... No, I don't know.
You don't know what's going to cause it.
Well, I know... Okay. They're telling me something different because I've been struggling a lot lately with people that say that they're psychic mediums on the internet that perceive psychic mediumship in a very different way than I do. And I try not to write them off on it because just because it's not the way I perceive psychic mediumship. But they're telling me that I'm going to learn something with that.
Interesting.
Just a second ago. I don't know what the fucking Gorgon has to do. I do, but I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done. I literally told you while we were sitting in the drive-thru at McDonald's today that I'm not actually experience anything. I'm just doing things.
Yeah.
And I can't like think about it or process anything that's happening right now.
So an example of this would be you start a small business and then get to the point where you can change jobs and quit the job that you were at. Your entire life, you have existed knowing that you have to have this traditional job. And then all of a sudden, now you don't have a traditional job and you can work whenever you want. You don't think that's going to cause a spiritual awakening for you?
Oh, no, I definitely do. I just feel like I haven't ended one spiritual awakening or spiritual journey since college.
Well, that's a different thing. That was one chapter, but it's going to lead into another chapter.
I know, but I don't feel like I'm done reading the last chapter. Now I have to do shadow work on it because I'm traumatized. Oh, God. Anyways.
And quitting your job is going to allow you to do so.
You're
welcome.
Well, literally
it makes space for you.
My first bullet point was that it doesn't have to be some huge epiphany. So why are you fucking ruining with my bullet point? No, I mean, it could be something smaller, just like a change in your thinking, a change of your perception on how you view the world, because perception is everything. I talk about that a lot.
From my experience in reading people, it's usually something that causes drastic change. So usually it's something really big happening to them. So, for example, moving to a house. You lived with your parents so long, and then all of a sudden now you're on your own, and you have to exist on your own terms and not someone else's.
Spiritual awakening.
You break up with your 7-year-long relationship, and now you have to figure out what it's like to not be in a relationship. Spiritual awakening. Or it can be something small, like
learning to put a fork inside of the pasta container so that it doesn't boil over every single time, and then you have perfectly al dente pasta. That's a spiritual awakening for me.
But it's usually something that forces you to change your perspective. Mm-hmm. It's not usually something that you can just like poop out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are like, if I just try really hard, or if I just do all this spirit, like shadow work, I can go through a spiritual awakening and talk to souls. It's not like that.
Yeah. The way you think about something has to be entirely flipped upside down.
Something usually does it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you alone cannot change your own perspective. Someone has to tell you that there's another perspective for you to look at.
Yeah. Which is cool. It can be a big epiphany. It can be a small one. Either way, it's probably going to be stinky. Also, like we said, you can go through more than one. A spiritual awakening or a spiritual journey is not just one big thing or one little thing. It can happen multiple times. College, for me, fucking spiritual awakening. Changed my perspective of a lot of things. What else? Moving into our first apartment, also a spiritual awakening. Graduating college because I fucking wanted to quit so bad it hurt me. Spiritual awakening. Moving back in to my family's house after living on our own for a long time. And for fucking the cherry on top, living with a parent that I had never ever lived before with at all in my entire life. You ever thought about that? That's a weird thing for people to think about. Like, oh,
different perspectives.
Just my mom and dad. I've lived with them my whole life. No. I literally have never lived with my dad as a sentient, adult, where we could have conversations about, politics, the universe, and, what it's like to be an adult.
And
Bigfoot, yeah. So that was a spiritual awakening. I learned a lot of things about myself because I've never, ever actually lived with my father before.
Yeah, and I have a lot of people that come up to me and are like, I already went through a spiritual awakening and I figured out all of my stuff, so I shouldn't have any more stuff. A lot of times when you go through a spiritual awakening, you make room to handle the harder stuff. So if you think that you healed your inner child, a lot of people like to make the joke, now you have to heal your inner teenager. It just makes room for you to be able to handle the more hard stuff to deal with.
Yeah. Because we have had a couple people in past readings that are like, I just don't understand what my trauma is. And I feel bad, talking to them about it. Because I'm like, did you do this or that when you were a child? Or did this happen in the past couple months? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that was hard. They're like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, because that's what society tells you. Trauma, you have to literally go through horrific things in order for it to be categorized as trauma. So a lot of people are like, I've never gone through trauma. And they will tell me that during my readings because I'll be like, you have all of these traumas and self-limiting beliefs. And they're like, I understand that maybe I have self-limiting beliefs, but I didn't have a hard childhood, so I shouldn't have trauma. And I'm like, that's not what trauma is. Let me explain it to you. It is physically impossible for you to not have trauma because trauma is as simple as a rejection of who you are. That is how simple it is. It's not I was in the war and I saw people dying. That is traumatic. However, that's not the only version of trauma.
Yes.
Progressive presents Married to Your Home.
I'm disgusting.
Oh, House, don't say that.
You could live someplace so much better than me.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah? Look at these uneven stairs. Gross.
House, you know I don't care.
Ugh, and the squeaky door hinge.
I think it's cute.
No matter how much you already love your house, you'll love it more knowing you could save big bundling your home and auto with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Can you catch my vibe? Catch my vibe.
Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event is going on now with an extra 25% off the best brands and top designers with your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, get 15% off fall's go-to beauty, skincare, and fragrances. And get your purchase even faster with curbside pickup, pickup in store, or try same-day delivery at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
So, I have phone trauma, which I didn't realize until a couple weeks ago, and it's just like I was
like
telling
talking
you
on the phone is, or what you're talking about?
No, not being able to get in contact with people. Like it has to deal with like abandonment things, because as a child I was restricted because of my parents' tumultuous relationship when I would have to experience the joys of shared parenting as a child, where one parent or both in different scenarios would restrict me from calling the other parent because they had their own sort of anger towards one another. So I had to be on the back end of not being able to be in contact with one of my parents in order to feel safe.
Yeah.
So that feeling of safety was taken away from me.
It's very simple thing.
I didn't think that was a fucking thing though.
Yeah, and it's not something you consciously think about.
Not at all.
It's just something that gets instilled, especially when you're a child, because between like you being born up until like the ages of 8 or 9 where you start integrating with your personality, the simplest things will get picked up by how your parents act around you. For example, if your family, like my family, a lot of people think I'm privileged and I'm well off, but it's not even necessarily that we are rich or that we have a lot of money. It's that my parents have the mindset of it's easy to make money because there's so many things that you could do in order to do that. And they did those things. So now I, as an adult, have the same mindset of, oh, it won't be that hard because I can just, you know, get a part-time job, or I can just sell things on the internet. There's so many, like, income streams that I can do. But if you were raised by someone that was like, earning money is hard, you might instill that idea about how you make money as well. Yes. So it may cause you to not dip into those other income streams.
Yeah. My parents raised me to have the idea of you go to college, you find one job. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I find it funny because I tell people all of the things that my parents have done, and they're always, their response is, they've done so much. And I'm like, that's just their life. Like, they just existing. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that much.
No, people don't think about it that way. So.
But that's why we have this business, because I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. We'll just have 10 income streams and everything will be fine. Like, we're not making stable income for each one of these income streams. However, we have 10 of them, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So that's my, like, flow of thinking, is because we have many things. And that was instilled in me when I was a kid, not because my parents were going up to me, talking to me about financial aspects of things, but it was just, I was around how they do things. They weren't telling me with their words. It was just things that were instilled or like programmed when I was very, very young. This is how the world works. This is how it works here.
Yeah, that's actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. But when you're very young, you literally instill things that you pick up subconsciously.
Yeah, like the thing with the phone. Now that I'm older, I can understand from their perspective of that they had their differences, which is why one wouldn't let the child use the phone to call the other one. But for me, as a child, that was my safety being taken away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also, like, gave you reasons of why it was fine, which is why you didn't think it was an issue.
Yeah.
It's just, like, explaining those things away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we also explain things away.
Yeah. So when we're talking to our clients and we're like, do you have a problem with this? We're like, well, it happened, but I don't have a problem with it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You don't have to have a problem with it. I'm just saying that because this happened, now it's like this. And they're like, okay. So anyways, trauma is not just a big war or something, like Em said. It can be not being able to call your parents when you were a child because they were angry at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I wrote they come in all shapes and sizes, and they're like stepping stones. So one leads to the next, usually.
Chapters.
Unless you don't, step on that stone or read the chapter, then maybe you don't get to the next one. What do you think about that?
I think there's parallel universes and we have choices.
Oh, yeah. Still go back to the parallel universe episode that blew my mind and yours.
So whatever, it's like if you are walking on a path and then all of a sudden there's a tree in your path, you have to figure out a different way of going about your day. It's not like let's make a decision and let's go this direction. There's another path here. It's we need to figure out how to make a path because our path is now obstructed. Does that make sense?
Pivot. That's my favorite thing that you told me.
Pivot?
Yeah, I forget, but we were talking about pivoting a lot in our business when we first started doing podcasts. And I was like, I just need to I was probably because I've literally had 4 jobs in the past year and a half. The past
Spiritual
year.
awakening. That's going to be one of our buttons.
Fuck you.
That could be on a t-shirt.
Oh, God. I was like, I've had 4 jobs. I was at one, and then I left because I thought it was going to be great. That one sucked the soul out of me, so much so that I literally had a panic attack where it felt like a fucking ants in my eyes Johnson was controlling my body.
Ants in my eyes Johnson.
Okay,
it's
you
a
need
person?
to literally watch Rick and Morty.
Jesus Christ.
They like to watch interdimensional television, and there's this one, they're watching the infomercials, that you watch at 2 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. They're selling a sham wow. No, this guy is like, my name's
Selling
Ants in my
ants
eyes
in
Johnson. He has a restaurant. And he
with
just,
ants.
he lives in a
He is an
universe
ant. Sorry.
in which he has ants in his eyes
Wonderful.
forever. So, anyways, and then what? And then I worked for another company that was horrible and made me want to cry every day because they broke Equal Opportunity Employment Acts as a fucking hiring firm. And then Starbucks, which was okay too, but I also was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day and having
going to bed at 12 because she works for Metapsychics.
and going to bed at 12 and driving past a cemetery every day on my way to work that told me that I was going to make a video there, which we did. And then working with M, and now we're here. That's a lot. What were we talking about? Stepping stones. I mean, we started from the bottom, now we're here. I don't know. It just annoys me that someone's like, you have to cleanse your aura before you can do this. And the way I see all of those other things is what's going to cleanse your aura or whatever is literally just doing your spiritual journey, going on your spiritual awakening, because that's going to fucking help you figure out who the fuck you want to be and who you are. And that just annoys me too, that people also think that you always have to be the same, because you're not going to be the same. You're going to be different. You're not... If Agya has taught us anything, it's that 3s are cool and that you plant seeds so that you can have bountiful harvests of things in the long run, and that your chakra and your auras are never the same. Nothing is ever the same. There is no
balance.
Balance is not being the same. It's the ebb and the flow, the give and the take of everything. So one chakra may be larger than the other one because you need that one to be larger so that the other one can be fucking figured out. You know what I'm saying? It's like compensation.
Having your chakras quote unquote balanced isn't necessarily having the same amount of energy in each one, but having the control over them in order to put the energy where you need it to be.
Correct. But everybody thinks things need to be equal or cleansed and all of this other fucking shit that makes me angry.
I don't know. The cleansed thing is weird.
That's why it bothers
me. That's like exorcism. That's what I say. Like cleansed of things. It's weird to me. How do you cleanse your aura?
I don't know why you would say that to somebody, though.
I mean, Reiki is completely different. I don't think it's cleansing. It's like literally a metaphysical massage.
Yes, and that's what I'm trying.
It's like taking excess energy that is like impeding you.
That's what
in order to make things easier for you. But if you're still emitting the same energy, you're still gonna do it.
Exactly. So that's what I tried to convey in my email back, which I'm still working on, to our sidekick that had this thing told to them, that you could get your aura cleansed if you feel so inclined, because it might be like a massage, but it's not going to change you having the ability to go on your spiritual journey or your spiritual awakening. You can do that whenever you want.
It's like getting an actual massage. If you have back problems, you're still going to have back problems after your massage, but it's going to feel better for a few days.
Same thing, my dude. So don't let other people tell you, I can't do this or you can't do that because of this metaphysical claimed thing or that. It's annoying. Because just do it. Just do it is what's going to actually help you.
Screams away from microphone.
Yeah, I have to do Shia LaBeouf in my head.
Screams away from microphone.
Also in the microphone. You got anything else about spiritual awakenings, my friend?
My frozen Coke is now completely a liquid.
No, there's still some ice chunks in there.
Liquid.
Blow bubbles in it.
No.
What? I'll blow bubbles in my milkshake, but I'll get it all over the computer, so... Jesus Christ. Do I have a spirit guide? You told me I had some lady with wings behind me.
Well,
since we're talking about spiritual awakenings.
Telling you that you had a new spirit guide, it was your Gorgon lady. I didn't tell you that she had wings.
No, you told me that there was some girl that was standing behind me like weeks ago that had giant
not the Gorgon
wings.
lady.
No, not the Gorgon lady.
Does she make a really, really high-pitched frequency noise?
I have no idea.
Is she pink?
I can't perceive her. You can.
Does she have blonde hair?
I don't know.
What did I tell you?
I don't remember. You just told me that there was a lady with wings behind me and it freaked me out.
Oh, she's cute. Have you ever seen her before? You haven't seen her, and she's your spirit guide. Did she not come in for you? She says she's not come in for you yet.
No, she's not, because I have to get past a goddamn fucking Gorgon lady.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, do I get a new spirit guide after my thing? Is that Jabberwocky still behind me?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while.
I feel like it is, but it's not like there to
Loud.
fuck your shit up anymore because you've gone past it. It's like in the corner sleeping like a Cerebus.
Got you.
Cherubus. What is the three-headed dog? Cherubus? I don't know. Everyone
Cypress?
that... Yes.
Okay.
Everybody that likes Greek mythology is going to come after me.
Cypress. Yeah, I see her. She has wings. They're white, and on the edges, they're pink. They like gradient to pink, and she puts her wings around you.
That's disgustingly cute.
I know, right? She has like dirty blonde hair.
Disgustingly cute.
She's like Finea, but she doesn't have the same energy. She's
Dude,
more
I was
quiet.
going to say, is she like Finea? Because you said pink.
Finea's more... She's a different sound.
Mm.
So she has a different frequency than the one that you have.
Is mine a seraphim? Because it's a high frequency. Can I be cool enough to have a seraphim? We talked to a client the other day.
seraphim.
No!
Sorry.
We talked to a client that had a fucking panther as a spirit guide. That like fucking...
A giant panther, you guys. Literally, while he's sitting down on the ground, he towers over her. He's like 8 feet tall when he's sitting.
And it makes me sad because I want to be that cool.
And I see him. He's all black. He's iridescent, and he glows blue. Like his iridescence, the sun hits him, and he has the blue shimmer. And then his eyes glow blue. But he is interesting because he's this really old spirit, and he speaks very clairvoyantly, but you can hear him make grumbly sounds. He's
like a purr.
Yeah, he's like my dragon guide.
I also wish I was cool enough to have a dragon guide.
I don't see any dragons with you.
No!
Just this lady with wings.
That's cute.
Yeah, when is that going to happen for you?
I don't know. Probably
You're
in
holding
October.
on to something right now. What is that? Is that your job? Because she shows me, like, tape when they're, like, opening the city or something, and someone has big scissors and they cut it.
Mm.
They're like, I come in once the tape is cut.
Who's going to cut the tape? Is it going to be the mayor?
But you're like, no one can touch the tape. It's my tape. Also, they're showing me that weird thing that I keep seeing around you where it's the, what's the word I'm looking for? The city that's burning down.
Mm.
I view Liv's traumas as the city that's burning down behind her that she's walking away from in the winter. She's like, I would rather freeze out here than go warm my tootsies in the fire of my traumas. So
the fire of my woes.
She's
Run
like,
through the city with my woes. Sorry.
She's like, you will be able to go into the city because I'm going to douse the flames. However, you have trust issues right now, which is why there is a tape that you have to cut in order to go through it.
Yeah, the trust issues of being able to actually be self-sufficient while also providing for others.
Yeah, but once that starts happening, you're going to, once you have the space to deal with it, you're going to have to deal with it.
Fennel, come here. You can't just meander over there. She does it like really quietly. Take a nap. You got like 20 more minutes. There you go. That's a bear. Well, that's good. Got to say a shout out to everybody. Well, shout out to a friend, and now everyone knows my secrets. It's a good time.
I mean, you asked about a spirit guide.
Yeah.
That's what she's going to help you with, because you don't want to walk towards the city.
Mm-hmm.
But once you cut that thing, then she'll come forward.
See, I don't need to have my aura cleansed. I need to be my own worst nightmare. I'm Batman. And save my city or something. I don't know.
She's going to make you deal with things in a feminine way instead of your masculine way.
God damn it. I'm tired of the fucking tarot cards telling me that bullshit.
That's why she's female.
I hate it.
Because Liv likes to deal with her emotions like, it's fine, I'm going to be bigger than it. So that's not working for her.
That's why I'm walking away from the city, because I can't fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that's why she's going to douse the flames. And you're going to go through the city. And she's going to be like, this is why this burned down. This is what happened now. This is why it burned down. This is how it affects you now. So once you do cut that string, that ribbon, it's going to suck.
To my own burning city?
Yeah.
Are you going to be there with milkshakes and pizza for me?
I'll be there.
That's good.
But yeah, it'll suck for you.
Great. Sounds like fun. I have Fennel too. I'll cry on her. Yeah. She knows.
Screeches.
Fennel knows. Wasn't that right? That's a big bear.
Yeah, because she's going to be like Rosaline.
Mm.
She's going to be that emotional support you need.
Makes sense.
In a feminine manner.
Cool beans.
Mm-hmm.
Got anything else about a spiritual awakenings? If you guys have questions, did you know that you could contact us on our website under the extras tab?
No, under contact, love.
Fuck.
If you want to give us a spooky story, you can go under extras.
Tell us about your spiritual awakenings, because I feel like we need an entire episode of people telling us about their spiritual awakenings and their own little spooky stories, just so that other people can realize that it's not that big a deal, and you don't need to have your aura cleansed or like go on top of a mountain and eat like one fucking dewdrop of a, I don't know,
eat a York
ginkgo
peppermint
leaf.
patty.
Literally, and feel the experience.
And feel the cold. Sorry. That's all I could think about when you're talking about mountains.
That's a really good thing. You don't have to have a New York peppermint patty of a spiritual awakening. It could also just be a trash fire that you're walking away from, like me.
A giant city that's on fire, and you think that you will do a better job out into the winterness.
I was going to make a Russia joke, but then I also had half of a strawberry milkshake down my gullet, so I decided not to.
Mm-hmm. Good story.
Yeah. So, send us your spiritual awakening stories so that other people can also learn from your traumas. Because that's what this is all about. Also, are you, by any chance, listening to this on Apple Podcasts? Because if you are, you should leave a review. Give us some stars, hopefully 5, because I can count up to 5, so you could too. And give us your best dad joke or comment from this that is hilarious or that you found funny, and we are going to read it in the next podcast.
Leak.
Oh yeah, we still should have found another dad joke. There's a leak
Leaks.
under the sink.
It's a vegetable.
And
How many times have you heard that?
Angry eyes. At least 3. Thrice. I did the cookie one last time. What's another one? What do you call a penguin in the desert?
Your mom.
Those
jokes are way funnier.
But you don't like spoopy poopies. I don't get it. TM.
I don't want anything to do with poop. Just your mom.
She smacks her own knees
in
the corner.
As loud as possible to get it picked up by the microphone.
Oh, God. Guys, we love you. Thank you to all of our patrons who are making this possible. If you would like to become a Patreone, there's a link in the show notes. If you would like to inquire about a personal private reading with the two of us fucking chuckle buckets, I think you should also do that. So, that's a good time.
Buckets. It's on our website.
2 mice fall into a bucket of cream. One mouse.
Are you excited about your new spirit guide that you can't see for some reason?
Is
Why
she
can't
to
you
my
see her?
left?
Yeah, and she's up. Well,
What-
okay, no, that's a lie. She's on your right. Sorry.
What do you have to say about it, Funnel?
Rights and lefts are hard.
You see her too? What does she got to
No.
say?
Just
Really?
looking at you, not it.
What do you think? Say my lips get stuck on my teeth. I cannot help it.
She's above you
It's just how it be. Shh. Okay.
and to your right.
Thank you. All of the people got to hear your lovely voice. Okay. All right. Patreon people. We have Presley, Katsu, Emmy, Kira, Fabiola, Jennifer, Amanda, Paige, Veronica, John, Maggie, Rena, Samantha, B, Christopher, Clarissa, Michelle, Laura, Cherish, Charlie, Carly, Brittany, Missy, Forgetting Oblivion, Nelson, Sarah, Sasha, Ashley, Sarah, Jade, Angie, Julie, Colleen, Synth, Sherry, Hannah, Amy, Raquel, Tasha, V, Fanny, JCLO, Shelly, Grisha, Jay, Denali, I think it's Denali, or Danali, Charlotte, Jasmine Mills, Julie, Brittany, Paige, Marin, Christina, Christopher, Sarah, Jasmine, Connor, Alicia, Vanna, Maribel, Amy, Amber, Cataly, Joylyn, Paige, Brooklyn, Courtney, Nicola, Q, Rita, Alana, Abril, Shelby, Ishmael, it's Ismail, Aki, Karina, Surya, Sergio, and I love your name, Kata, Asteria, Steffi, Jade, Brandy, Gay Mayer, Brooke, Lee, M, Kayla, Ashley, Catherine, Dallas, Sarah, Alyssa, Gannon, Maria, Veronica, Cynthia, Chris Von Kleist, Emily, Meredith, Jim. It's loading. Lindsay, Beth, Ashley, Annalie, Tara, Rosie, or Tara, Brandy, Skullstorm, Aghoradas. Is there like, I feel like I'm saying that so wrong, but that's how it looks. Aghoradas. Tierra, Hazel, Marcy, Mia, Isabel, Rosura, Megan, Faith, Jessica, Yassi, Glow, Haley, Abadabadoo, Francesca, Alicia, Amba, Brooke, Ellie, Mia, Flavende, Leanne, Ocorona, Anya, Abby, Kayla, Sarah, April, Ashley, TJ, Cassie, Joanne, Charlie, Keisha, Helen, Lily, Natalie, Bercy, Miriam, Alec, Sarah, Amanda, Stephanie, Tuna, Izzy, Super Aru, Alexa, Caitlin, Shareholder, Itzel, Sophia, Bria, Katie, Leanne, Bees, Brittany, Kendall, Shandy, Riley, Nikea, Korean, Miana, Lillian, J, Lucretia, Misty, Brianna, Kristen, Kima, Christy, Vicky, Erica, Ian, Vanessa, McKenna, Shannon, Sydney, Kaylee, Mev, Veronica, Trinity, Cass, Anthony, Violet, Peyton, Mac, Autumn, Jenny, Laurel, Bradley, Sandy, Naz, Sherry, Sushi, Anita, Katie, Charles, Holly, Krista, Flo, Abby, Malake. We're almost to 300. When we get to 300, we're going to orchestrate a place in which we live stream a paranormal investigation. And when we get to 2,000, Em's going to make me go to the Conjuring house.
So we should get to 2,000 quickly. But also, we need to put more, what's the word I'm looking for? Goals into Patreon. I have a list, but every time I tell Liv to give us goals, she doesn't do it.
What
I need
goals?
I need you to put goals in our list of Patreon goals.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what goals to do.
Yeah, that's why we need to brainstorm goal ideas.
Okay. We could do that.
I have some funny ones in there, like twin flame tattoos.
Why? Why does it have to have me be a fucking tattoo? I can't commit.
I put my
have-
hopes and dreams into that list. Here lies a Squidward's hopes and dreams. That's my dreams.
in the form of a twin flame tattoo.
In the form of an Asana project list.
Goodness. All right. We're your METAPSYCKICKS.
Welcome to the universe. May I take your order?
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home and auto.
When you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, you get great savings and round-the-clock protection, which is as beautiful as looking your firstborn child in the eyes for the first time. Well, that's a bit much. Maybe it's more like looking your second-born child in the eyes for like the third or fourth time. Point being, the savings and round-the-clock protection are really, really magical.
Forced Metaphors, presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Welcome to America, the land of junk sleep, where it's bedtime, but you're double booked. Here, there's always one more deadline to meet, episode to watch, or meme to share. The world may not want you to sleep, but we do. Only the sleep experts at Mattress Firm can help you find the right bed at the right price. Unjunk your sleep. In-store or online at mattressfirm.com today.